Okay, Friday the 12th, end of week 2. Upper body, we have 4, 5, or 6 rounds, 90-degree bicep rotations, walk out to plank, W curl, and a shoulder press with a static hold. So we've never done these bicep rotations before, but they look like this. Okay, walk out to plank. Okay, I think it was W curls, shoulder press, static hold. W curls. And shoulder press with static hold. Okay, so 90-degree bicep rotations. So this is a variation of a bicep curl. So what you'll notice, probably even after this month, or if you've been with me for a while, is that there's really only so many basic movements, and then everything else is a either modification or in some way different arm position, hand position, foot position, leg position, but it's all stems from the same thing. So bicep curls, you can have regular bicep, you can have hammer, you can have W, you can have alternate, you can have all these things, but all you're doing is modifying where you're holding certain things, but they're all different variations of a bicep curl. Same thing with squats. You've got your wide, your narrow, your this, your that, your lunges. They're all basically squats, okay? So these, as we go further, you'll notice that a lot of them have the same ideas because they're the same thing. So our bicep, instead of doing a full bicep curl, you're gonna come to about 90-degree in front of you like this, and then you're gonna rotate out, in, down. 1, 90-degree, out, in, 2, 90, out, in, 3, 90, out, in, 4, 90, out, in, 5. And along with those variations, you're doing them to hit different parts of the same muscle. So when I talked about our feet positioning and our stances for our regular squats, nair, and sumo, I also explained one of them hits the inside, one of them hits the middle, one of them hits the outside. Same thing with your bicep. When you do a certain way, it might hit the front. When you do a different way, it's gonna hit the outside. Different way might hit more of the top. Different way might hit more of the back. So that's why you have those variations, because you wanna work all the areas of your muscles. Walk out to plank. So you are going to fold out the waist down to your toes. And again, another good way to get a stretch in. Keep your legs as straight as you can and walk your hands out, out, out until you've lowered yourself into a high plank. Then walk back, 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 and up. 1. I always start with my hands above my head. I do that nice stretch down to my toes. Walk, 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 walk. Hit your high plank. Walk back, 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 and up. Okay, so when you get out there and you get to your high plank, you want to make sure that you're in a good position. So you don't want to walk out too far and be like this, because that's not a high plank. High plank is your arms should be fairly underneath your body like this, okay? So that's the position that you want to hit. You want to hold it for a second and then return, okay? Now, if you are somebody who has a hard time with high plank position, you could either go down and come up short and just kind of go into like a more piked plank, if that's all that you can handle, or you could come out, drop down quick, go back up, okay? So it doesn't matter all that much, because even if you can't do the full high plank position or you can't walk out that far, whatever you have walked, you still got to walk back in, and it's still going to really work your shoulders, okay? So when you get to the high plank part, that part is going to work your core the most. But by walking out and walking in, you still work your shoulders and your core. So you can't lose with this one. So even if you can't do it fully, you're still going to get a really good workout doing what you can with that one. Next is W curls. So again, a different variation. So with this one, you're going to turn your palms out, and you're going to kind of put your elbows into your sides. So your W curl, you're going to lift, and it's going to look like this. So instead of lifting forward or forward, you're lifting kind of like a W. So your hands are faced outward, and your elbows are into your side, and you're going to lift up, and it's on a diagonal, okay? So these tend to be a little bit harder than a normal bicep curl. So see how I'm really not in front of my body? I'm kind of diagonal off to the side, all right? Try to keep those elbows close to your sides. And then lastly, we have a shoulder press with static hold. So one of your arms is holding while the other one is working, okay? So it's gonna look like this. This arm is doing a single shoulder press, the other arm is holding. When I need to switch sides, this arm is gonna hold and this arm is gonna press, all right? So the only thing I can think of with this one is if you are more dominant on one side than the other, which most people are, whatever your dominant hand is, that side is usually stronger. So for me, it's my right side. You might want to do your hold first with that side, because once you're done holding, now you have to press. So I think it's easier to press and then hold. So I think it's better to hold and then press with your more dominant arm, okay? And that is your week 2.